This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau. Okay, Coach, historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football. So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 71 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation.
You gonna see me in your nightmares. 26. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Working from the gun. Rodgers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Touchdown, Packers! Mercedes Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Crosby with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And that'll set him back 5.
280. 50. Here we go, D. Get off the feet.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Mike, 280. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Watch twist. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. He don't know no better.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Watch the curl. 53. Ready. Go.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 50. Jim.
On 2nd and 2, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Quit talking about it and bring it. At 25 for Mike. White. Watch the curl.
From the 50, Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
40's Mike. Hey, Charlie, over.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Rodgers throwing again. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Back. Check.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Play to win. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
At the 38-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
We got 25 the mic. Here we go. Shift.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Now it's Stafford. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Will Redmond. The 30. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
54, right there. 54 Mike. So don't say nothing. Check it out,
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Hey. Middle. Bravo.
Throwing is Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This is fielded at the 27.
Let's go.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jared Davis. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Blitz coming here for Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Christian Jones. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Lady, like 7. Walk 54, walk 54. So we got man.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
54. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Hey, 70. Mike 5-4, Mike 5.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Stafford. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Back to throw, Stafford eluding the pressure right and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Wasn't it fun in pregame standing downstairs and watching Matthew Stafford throw the football? I mean, that bad boy just whistled.
He can just rock it.
It just whistled by us, didn't it? But what is the one knock on him? Accuracy.
Yeah.
And that's what we just saw there, an incompletion on that throw downfield.
It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
A 45-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm.
He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Detroit. Antonio Brown, 83 yards. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2.
Switch gears.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking.
And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
50. Hey, you block over here.
First and goal at the
Switch.
9-yard line.
Kill.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Again, he was looking for Davante Adams, but now it's 3rd and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. And again, it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Colby Listenbee, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Stay 50, stay 50. Hey, team 6, team 6. Put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Stafford, and that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You got nothing. Hey, 5-0.
Throwing again is Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams, his 2nd sack of the night. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, Delta.
Here's Stafford. Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Check 21. Hey, easy. White. Hey, Echo. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist, twist. Twist, twist. Mike's 32. Mike's 54.
Third and long. It's Stafford. Fighting through pressure. Fights off the defender. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
22.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 3, check 3. Greystone, travel. 10, 10. Buzz.
Stafford now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Steps away to his left. It's caught here by Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Running right, Jones. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Rodgers, a free play. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 1st quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Christian Jones, the one who picked it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Let's get this off deck.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jamie Collins.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence, because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
2 yards on the pickup.
25
It's
to Mike.
second
We go
and
25
at the
to
line.
Mike.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers.
Check, nickel.
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Come on, D. Hey, orbit.
58 to Mike, 58.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Now, that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. To throw is Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 43 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
59!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down, Detroit.
Stafford now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Now a desperation throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Complete to Jones. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Prater for the extra point, and that will get him one closer. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
You don't want no problem from me.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this one boiled down in the end, Charles, to simply too much Aaron Rodgers.
We've seen this many times before, haven't we? And I'm sure we'll see it again in the future. Extreme confidence in his abilities, extreme confidence in his teammates, never thinks a game is out of reach because his right arm can equalize anything a defense can put out there.
So for Green Bay, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.